white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
Watch, pray, for we not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, end-time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. GJRB Online. Still the What's Happening sound.
All right, we're back on the air. Welcome back to the final half of the Gary Russen program on GJRB on a Freestyle Friday across America, all over the U.S. of A. We're just doing that right here on Friday. And, of course, that means the end of the week. A lot of people celebrate because their work is over for the weekend. And they can relax, kick back, and just enjoy the time with family and friends and all that good stuff. So I'm glad you could be part of the show. The last half of the Gary Russen program on GGRB Online. And on this last half, we'll just kind of wrap up some of the stuff we've been talking about as we do our freestyle show. And then coming up, we'll give our program schedule coming up for the next few days too. We're going to get that, let you know when we'll be back on the air again here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. So, just to let you know about that, it's our show where we do everything that pretty much, we just do. And but so this is our freestyle edition of the program. Just because I have it on the rundown doesn't mean we do it, especially on a Friday when it's free to do. We're just wide open, and that's what we're doing in our last half of the show here on a beautiful Friday afternoon here on GGRB Online. And I'm looking for my weather channel. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, on sound. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I can get that page for myself and then try to sign in on it right here on the tablet. And then I could be able to do the weather straight from here as opposed to trying to do it on the computer where it's giving me issues. Let's see. I don't know, but got some interesting weather in the news maybe this hour too. Okay, where's that one page that I want to look for? I'm looking for the radar and the maps. I think that's what I wanted. Okay, let's try that. Let's go back to that page for a minute. Maybe I'll try to get in on that page. Let's see if we can find anything. Here we go. Oh, wow. This is in Louisiana City. Since Louisiana, but what city? I know someone in Louisiana. Oh, boy. This is what I'm seeing right now. This, let's see where this is coming from. Okay. So add the home screen. Okay. So maybe hit it and it would go to the story for me. but apparently it's not. Come on now. Where is that? Okay, maybe. Oh, here. I think it's going to come up now. So that means we are overdue for one of those, and that is another weather in the mood. Yeah, because in Baton Rouge, I have a friend there. I wonder if she's all right. Sierra. Don't know. That's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm seeing here a bad... I saw the footage of this. Tornado is big. We're talking about a huge funnel cloud here, folks. I mean, this thing is huge. They say it's an EF1. It tossed cars. I did some extensive damage in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. And don't have the full article on this, but I'm looking at the video, and it doesn't look, oh boy, it just doesn't give you the complete story, but yeah. Real bad one. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, EF1 touchdown. Did some extensive damage. Oh boy, that's a shame. They have been having rough weather down there anyhow with flooding. Recently, I mean they've been really getting hazardous weather. This is in Baton Rouge. Here we go. I think I have a picture right here. Let's see if I can get to that story. I'm looking at the damage, man. Wow. This happened today, folks. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm looking at the weather map down here. It looks like they are getting some really bad storms anyhow. And severe weather now in the deep south today. At least 3 tornadoes touched down in Louisiana. And the timing, not so good. I'm going to go to their weather service here. See if I can find it. Maybe it'll come up and work. No. Great white warning. Okay. I'm going to go back. They were having, sharks spotted. Great white sharks. Very close to the shoreline in Long Beach, California. Near L.A., Long Beach, California, they had some sharks getting very close to shore there. So if you're in that part of California, be careful. If you're going to go in the water in Long Beach, California, you might encounter a shark. Okay, so be careful, please. Okay, I think I'm going to get on to this now. Maybe. I'm hoping I get on here with our weather. Okay, no, it's going to do that. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is start writing down the temperatures in the cities because I am not getting any luck trying to get it on here either. Once I get that printer ink, I'm going to be able to print my temperatures and weather for different parts of the country so that I don't have to go through this razzmatazz of trying to get it on the tablet because it's being stubborn. Okay, let me see what else I could find here. Maybe I can, oh boy, let me see here. I want to see why I'm not getting in there. Okay. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. It's 4:30 Central Time right now. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America in our last 35 or so minutes left of the program. Okay, last 35 minutes left of the show. And probably a little less than that because we usually go off early for the local side. But we got a Cubs game tonight. So when we usually do expanded news after this. And then we go into sports. So that's what we do. And another show I listen to usually at night is Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. That's always he's radical, man. Seriously, he is. He's fantabulous. Okay, let's see. Why don't we do some... Okay, it's back up again. I got my profile back on here. So now I can go into weather and do some temperatures across America. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, today's forecast and temperatures across America for various parts of the country. And it looks like back home in my home city of Pittsburgh, you guys got a pollen alert. Yeah, you got a pollen alert. Yeah, we get that here too. And in fact, like I was saying about a couple of shows ago, I wake up sneezing like crazy sometimes. I mean, I get, really, sometimes I get sinus issues some days. I even get a sinus headache. It's not pretty. I just don't know, Okay, let me see if I can reload it, because it seems to be a pain in the butt on here too. Okay. What I used to do when I got ready for this program is I used to take my current temperature, my local weather for different parts of the country, and I would record it on a videotape, because I have a VCR hooked up to a television through a Roku box in here, and I would record temperatures on a videotape, literally temperatures on a videotape, and I would roll it and just do it that way, because I'm finding issues with this stupid internet. And until I get a printer, this is just not going to work. So I'm done with weather today. It's not working. So let's see. What we're going to do then is I'm going to go on now to what we were doing before. It's time for continue to scroll through social media. But before we do, let's get into that story. Apparently ABC has dropped its popular TV show Last Man Standing. For reasonable measures, a big success. It was in the 6th season. And it was still going very strong. And it was the anchor program for the network's Friday night lineup. And they pulled it. ABC just pulled it. According to the story, of course, ABC is free to cancel whatever they want, according to a quote here. But they pulled the program. A lot of people are irate over it. According to this, Christian Baker, okay, let's see what I find it down. Of course, ABC, they posted this line, and there's some quotes here. This coming from President Channing Dungey, who noted that the central character, who is a political conservative, devout Christian, adhering to traditional family values. Oh, we can't have that at ABC. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't have Christian values. Oh no, that just doesn't. Oh, you can't have that. No. Well, this story goes to say that ABC dropped the show, and apparently, the blue collar family just doesn't work on television anymore. The family togetherness, the family is a unit. This is, the trend is be what do they call that? Where you're dysfunctional. Yeah, be dysfunctional for heaven's sakes. Let's be dysfunctional. That's the deal now. In order for a show to be successful on television, folks, the family on the program has to be dysfunctional. It's not successful unless you have a family like what's that? That one program that went off the air with Married with Children, Bundys, If you're not the Bundys here, folks, you're dysfunctional. You're not dysfunctional. You're not successful. Okay. This show featured a Christian themes, Christian family, traditional values, was ignored by Hollywood. Could be the move to be politically motivated. I think it was something wrong here somewhere when you got a family, a family unit that's close, a family unit. We can't have that. Now the show, and you know, ABC does have the right to take their programs off the air. They have a right to make the programming decisions that they make at the network. But come on, folks. I mean, really, what was wrong with this program? Other than maybe it was the family unit. Maybe it was clean. Maybe it was, too clean. Too clean for network television. We can't have that, folks. Can't have shows that are clean. Oh, God forbid. Last Man Standing went off the air after 6 seasons. Final season of Last Man Standing averaged very respectable for any night on TV, especially Friday. 1.2 live plus same-day ratings in adults 18 to 64 and a 6.4 million viewers, winning that 8 to 8:30 p.m. time slot on a Friday, Eastern. While most returning to shows were down to year 20 to 30%, LMS were virtually flat off just by 5%. Total viewing audience 18 to 49. So why should the network take this off the air? What's the bottom line here? Why they take this program off the air? Too clean? Too squeaky? Possible reason for the coming season. ABC has set to take an additional production cost related to the show. Remember, ABC is owned by Disney. You know, Disney doesn't like that clean, squeaky clean anymore. John Nolte has this theory. John Nolte, N-O-L-T-E, Nolte. He has a theory. No one better understand the power of public culture than those who work in it. And you know that if even one is allowed to get through a path to 9/11, The Last Man Standing, A Duck Dynasty, A Passion of the Christ, a 13 Hours of Fox News, it must be crushed, toxified, memory hold out of the fore. Brainwashed by the popular culture might discover another side of the story. Then there is the intolerable risk that the success might breed more of them. Oh, we can't have more of them. We need to bring back family shows. And this is why I've said before, I am more or less don't watch current TV at all. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't. I live in a black and white world. And I love that black and white world. I watch Patty Duke. I watch Antenna and MeTV. Those are my two favorite channels. I watch them quite a bit. Coming in close third is Cozy. Because I like my old shows. I would rather watch an old program than watch that trash on national television. It's just a fact. I'd rather watch a classic show than that garbage on regular stations. So I do. I watch MeTV and Antenna. I watch stuff like Patty Duke, and I watch the westerns like The Big Valley. That stuff there, I enjoy, quite frankly. Bonanza, stuff like that. That's our fun stuff. And now MeTV just started on Saturday. I think here coming this summer, they're going to start Battlestar Galactica, the original one. Not that so-called filthy remake that Sci-Fi had on a number of years ago. I watched that too. But I wasn't very pleased with it, with the production of it. I mean, there's always has to be filth in it. Because, they say that, the producer's mind says that, well, to be squeaky clean is not real. And that everybody cusses and everybody says these things in real life. And the TV were to... TV has to imitate real life, or it's not a ratings grabber. We have to put the filth in there to keep the ratings up. The numbers. We have to be real about. I remember back in the day when you turn on the TV to escape reality, to get away from it for a while, to enjoy a program. And the same with the movies. We used to go to the movies to escape reality, to get away from it all, to go into a fantasy world, to go into a special place. Now we buy a movie ticket to hear the same thing we hear on the street. And that's why I don't go to the movies anymore either. I don't waste time and money on a ticket to go and see garbage. And that's what's at the movies. They give an Academy Award to garbage. Complete rubbish. That's what you get. That's entertainment, folks. That's your left-wing Hollywood. You got to be real. Reality took over television like a monster. Ate up good stories, good shows, good movies. And this is why I do radio, television, and movie classics. Because I like to go back and talk about the days when television was television, radio was radio, and movies was movies. I was with some friends the other night. We were watching the movie Meet Me in St. Louis. And with Judy Garland. And didn't realize that June Lockhart was in this movie. Musical. An old musical. It was fun. Great stuff like that. On Turner Classic Movies. Watch old movies. They're more better anyway. I wouldn't waste the garbage in movies that are on some of the other channels. Don't watch them. So yeah, you call your psychiatrist tonight, folks. You go on ahead. You tell him that Gary Russen on GTRB Online on Spreaker lives in his black and white world. Tell him that. I don't care. Tell him. Tell him. He'll put me away in the straitjacket. Put me in the paddy wagon. I'm telling it, I like the old movies. I like the old television shows. Hey, strap me in, fellow babies. But remember, when you trap me in that little padded room, get a television in there too, and have them lined up with all kinds of classic shows. Give me Leave It to Beaver. Give me, Hazel. Give me Star Trek. Give me Lost in Space. Give me Land of the Giants. Give me Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Give me Gomer Pyle. Because I won't watch anything else. You can take your shows and shove them. Because I won't waste my time with them. That's all there is to it. Just give me those programs. Because I won't watch anything else. Black and white. I live in my black and white world. Yeah. That's right. I live in my black and white world. I'm watching MeTV every once in a while, and they've been rerunning the old Gunsmoke. With Chester. Yeah, Chester. Dennis Weaver. That was television. You bet. None other than Chester. Yeah. Give me the Cartwrights. I'll be a happy man. So again, lock me away. Matter of fact, even put the commercials in there. I watched those like days and days and days. I could bet you I'll go back in time. Remember that movie called Somewhere in Time? Where in that movie, a person dresses in the time's fashion, right? How'd that work? And it was in there for days and days and days, and apparently went back in time. So recollect that movie. I can't remember who was in it. Was it that guy who played Superman? Yeah. Anyway, that I thought, what a neat idea. Just reels and reels of classic television with the original commercials in them. Reels and reels of them. Maybe get some local affiliates in there too, with their station breaks. I'll watch that all day and all night. Literally. My black and white world. where things were special, where people cared about it. You know, I watch another show. One of my favorites is Lassie. You know, June Lockhart, that program. June Lockhart was the one who played in Timmy and Lassie, you know, with, well, it was later, it was earlier with, what's his name? One kid who played on there before John, what's his face, was on there. Anyway, great show. And it's a story about how people helped one another when somebody was in crisis. It showed people who got along. It was a simple time. My black and white world. Let me live there. If I want to live there, I'll live there. My black and white world. So you go ahead, you call your psychiatrist tonight. Tell him you were listening to the Gary Russen program in Clinton, Iowa, in the Midwest, the upper Midwest. Tell him this guy's a nutty screwball. Tell him he lives in this black and white world. I don't care. Just do it. I don't care. I love it there. In the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. The days of better television. The black and white world. Yep. That's where it is. And you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. We'll be back. We'll be back. Let's see here. I want to do this. I want to try this. Remember how they used to do it back in the days when they'd come out of the station break on your TV set? Back in that black and white world. Back when they used to do that. When they'd come out of the TV show, you know, for that station break at the half-hour mark, midway through the program. And they would take that station break. Well, how about this, folks? We'll return to the Gary Russen program. Yeah, we'll return to the Gary Russen program right after station identification.
From America's heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
And you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. We're winding down to the very end of the program, so we're going to get ready and do our program schedule for the rest of the time and tell you what's coming up on GJRB Online here on Spreaker, across America and around the world. I know I say that consistently, and I know it's getting old, but I do it anyway because, you know, that's my choice. If I want to talk about old stuff or talk about memories, I do that. You know, that's just me. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to, let's see. I wanted to do something and I forgot. I'm going somewhere, and you know how you always go into I do this in the refrigerator. I'll open the door and I'll say, what the heck do I want in here? What did I even go in here for? Go in the refrigerator just to look for something, and I can't find it. Where is it? I can't find it. Where is it? Or what am I in here for? I go into a bank of promos, and I'll go, what am I in here for? What am I doing here? I hate when I do that. I don't remember what I was in there for. I think it was more or less in, oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, I'm going to go lapse of memory. Let's see. I'm going into our program schedule to pull up my calendar to tell you what's coming up on GJRB Online. That's what I was doing. Okay. Righty. Let's see what we got coming up here on the GJRB. Excuse me. Down the line here. Okay. Today is the 12th, May 12th, 2017. It is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Okay, down the page. That's where we're at, the Gary Russen program, Freestyle Friday. Here we are now. Okay, here we go. Coming up on GJRB Online. We're going to be off the air, no broadcast tomorrow or Monday. I got a doctor's appointment Monday. I was originally going to do the CCF church services and the rock worship show on Monday, but I moved it over another day because I have to go to the doctor's on Monday. So with that in mind, I'm going to move that show to Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon, starting at noon, we'll be at noon Central Time for the CCF church services from this Sunday, May 14th. And I want to wish all the mothers out there in Radio Land a happy Mother's Day, including Rachel Ozzie Jarvis. Let's see. Noon CCF church services followed at 2 to 5 p.m. for rock worship on Tuesday here on GJRB on. And then next Friday, the last 7 days starts us at noon, and then it's way out there. The strange, the bizarre, the unusual, the things that go bump in the night. And our dog might have heard a bump in the night, started barking. Okay, let's see. That's a Chihuahua for you. Lovely, marvelous, splendiferous. Okay, then we go to the 23rd. We got some music programming on the 23rd. Great music all day long. Gary J in the afternoon. All your favorites from the songs we've been playing. And we got some new ones and some new emerging artists. And we're going to be half live, half not on that day, 23rd. All day music on GJRB Online with Gary J in the afternoon, music news. And then in 2 weeks, is the premiere of all those great oldies, 50s, 60s rock and roll. Gary J's Good Times, Great Oldies Show. And I'm going to make it sound like radio the way it used to be. This program, the Gary J's Good Times, Great Oldies Show, sounds like the old days of AM. The old days of AM when you used to carry that transistor with you. The one with the earphones that kind of gave you an earache. Yeah. 50s, 60s rock and roll at its very best. Elvis and Buddy Holly and all the good ones. We're going to play them for you right here on GJRB Online. You're going to love it. 50s, 60s rock and roll. It's going to be fantabulous. Golden oldies. The music that was. The rock and roll that was. Yeah. You know it. Got some good ones coming up. I'm telling you, you're going to want to tune in to this broadcast for some good time oldies. 50s, 60s rock and roll. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be here in 2 weeks on GJRB for Gary J's Good Times, Great Oldies Show. I share a thing I call Gary J's Dusty 45 collection. I play you some of the 45s I used to have. I had a whole mess of them. I had stacks of them back in the day when I started broadcasting. And I started being a DJ. I had stacks of 45 RPM records, man. And I played them. I played them to the hilt. Some of them were scratchy, so that's why I came up with that idea of Gary J's Dusty 45 collection. Because it's dusty, man. Don't have time to play an oldie right now, but we'll... I'll play you some coming up on our next show. I got a lot of good ones I've been finding, and I'm going to be playing for you. Some rare classics, too. And the rare ones are in my Dusty 45 collections. You're going to want to tune in to Gary J's Good Times, Great Oldies Show in 2 weeks here on GJRB, okay? On the Gary Russen program. And before we wrap it up here, we're going to close out here pretty soon. So I just want to give you some of our program schedules, okay? And then we're going to kind of jump about a few more weeks because this Good Time Oldies Show is going to be on during the Memorial Day weekend. Celebrate some of you. I used to always celebrate about that time because it was time for me to get out of school for the summer. And it was kind of fun. It was kind of like, yeah, summer. Yeah, play some Beach Boys. Do some Beach Boys. Definitely got to do some Beach Boys. Summer by War. Great song. We'll play that. Got a lot of them. And then then I take a trip into the time machine. for a trip back in time. We'll go to a certain year and play one of the, and I have lots and lots and lots of record charts from various radio stations across the country, from various years. And we'll give you the number one song in a certain year. We'll pull out some oldies and we'll play them for you. It's going to be a great show. And it debuts on Memorial Day weekend, Friday, May 26th at 2 o'clock Central here on GJRB for some good time rock and roll. Gary J's Good Times, Great Oldies Show right here on GJRB Online. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to doing it too. It's going to be fantabulous. And let's get to go down further down the line here, and let's see here. We want to go, let's see. I want to flip down the page here a little bit and talk about June. Starting the month of June, of course, my wife's birthday is June 5th, so I'm going to take that day off. But on June 6th, we're back again for June 4th church services, followed by the Positive Rock Show Twin Spin Tuesday. Now, that could get, that's subject to change, and I'll tell you about that later, subject to change. Twin Spin Tuesday, two songs from your favorite Christian artist and emerging artist as well. So you want to tune in for that Twin Spin Tuesday on June 6th. And we're going to jump over to June 7th for some music programming. We'll have a lot of that day. More Christian rock. And then on June 9th, we're going to make up that crooner show that got messed up on April 22nd. We're going to have it on. Crooners. Play Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. I have some new ones. I got Johnny Ray coming up. Want to hear some Johnny Ray. More Engelbert Humperdinck, Tom Jones. So Crooners, live, 12 o'clock noon, June 9th, followed by an encore presentation of Gary J's radio, television, and movie classics. Rachel Jarvis, you were the first one. That was the first show you contacted me on. Radio, television, and movie classics. I'll be repeating that program on June 9th, right here on GJRB Online. An encore presentation. Got a lot of complicated trivia questions. Well, not really. Some, but, whatever. And then on June 13th, another edition of the Gary Russen program. That'll be a tighter show. Okay, that'll be a tighter show. That's the Gary Russen program, June 13th, live 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online. No broadcast on the 14th. Won't be on the air the 14th. But we will be on the air again on the 15th, I think. Is it? Was it 15th? No. We'll be on the air again on the 16th. I'm off on the 15th. Not on the air. 16th, we're going to be on the air the 16th. We're going to be on early. We're going to be on early that day. As a matter of fact, I think we got a late game. We have a game with the Cubs that day. So we're going to be on 2 to 5:30 that day. 2 to 5:30 for Gary J Sports Page. Followed by Chicago Cubs baseball on our 9-foot signal, Talk FM 108. And that's what's coming up in the next couple of weeks here on GJRB Online. That's going to wrap it up for the Gary Russen program. That's going to put an end to it. I want to thank Rachel for calling our program. Rachel Jarvis for calling our program today. Thank you so much. That was fun. Let's do it again sometime. And thank you for listening to the Gary Russen program. We'll be back again for another edition of that show here in a few weeks. And of course, we'll be back next week for our rock worship show, worship music, and a whole lot more. Until then, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you real soon. Good night, everyone.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time.
This is GJR Broadcasting.